Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today, I have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer from 9 Mile Legacy Brewing. This is 9 Mile Ale. It's 5.3% alcohol by volume, and they are in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. 9 Mile Ale is our tried and true English pale ale. It is meant to be enjoyed with family, friends, and neighbors. 9 Mile Legacy is a story often told in places like Saskatchewan. One of homesteaders settling 9 miles apart and coming to work together for generations. In the province, we are frequently brought together by circumstance, but remain together by choice. Interesting story. So today is May 20th. Yesterday, May 19th, this was posted on 9 Mile Legacies. And actually, this is the exact beer they're holding in the thing. But anyway, they posted, well, we owe a debt of gratitude to several people who helped keep the brewery in one piece over the weekend. If you've been following the local news, you may have seen a report of a fire in a commercial building on the 400 block of 21st Street West. That was our building. Early Saturday morning, it appears an unknown person caused a fire using a discarded pallet at the back of our brewery right next to the natural gas line. Mighty neighborly, I must say. The result was a near catastrophe. Thankfully, a few things happened that prevented the situation from developing into the obvious worst-case scenario. First, the Saskatoon Fire Department was swiftly on the scene and contained the fire. There was beer. They were, of course, there. So that we suffered very focused and minor damage to the building. Most importantly, no one was hurt. Very good thing. They also used a fan to quickly exchange the air so that it doesn't seem like that we suffered any smoke damage. We are so impressed and grateful for the great help from the Saskatoon Fire Department when we needed it. Second, we benefit from a well-constructed building that was been thoughtfully maintained over the years to minimize events like these. A lot of love and gratitude go out to our landlords, Richard and Laura, for keeping our building in this condition, and especially to Richard, who not only was one of the first early morning responders, but also spent his Saturday helping us secure the site. Finally, our electrician, Scott, of Adams Electric, was Johnny on the spot and worked hard with the city of Saskatoon to restore electrical services that same day, meaning that none of the beer in the tanks was lost. We are doing fine and expect to see minimal disruption to the brewery. Always grateful to operate within a caring community, but especially at times when hit with the unexpected. Whoever called 911 on the honor system, stop by the brewery. You've got a bit of thank you beer waiting with your name on it. Cheers to you. So cheers to community. Cheers to a brewery and a business and a family that didn't have the worst happen that could have happened. Cheers to nobody being hurt. Not a cheers to the person that decided to start a fire behind the brewery right under the natural gas line with a discarded pallet. Go fuck yourself. There is so much from the time I've been here, and I've only been here a little over a year being in this province. There's a lot of arson. There's a lot of arson, and there's a lot of arson that's caused the exact same way. And it's a sad thing. It's not just this province, it really isn't. But when your entire province has less population than the city of Toronto, it seems like it's just your province because your news is covered in the stuff that happens that isn't great. And you would think, hey, if there's 14 million people in one province, you should hear worse things there. And you're right, in theory you should. But there's a lot of good stories too. But when your province is like 2.5 million people, and your cities, you only have like 5 cities, like 5 real cities, and your capital only has like 275,000 people, you hear a lot of the bad over the good, because there's a when you can even out, media always focuses more on the bad than the good, and it's a sad thing, but it's what happens. So it's yeah. You know what? This is about the beer. So I've loved some 9 Mile Legacy beers. I've hated some 9 Mile Legacy beers, and I've been indifferent to some 9 Mile Legacy beers. I'm intrigued what I'm going to think of this one. And again, to be your tried and true, like English style pale ale, I'm kind of excited about that, because I do find a lot of the beers by these guys is either just super great or over hopped. And an English pale ale, usually a hop variant that I can get behind. So we've got a slightly brassy color, clear but not crystal clear. I can see the camera, I can see myself, but not super clearly. Bright white head, fairly frothy. There is snap crackle pop, but it's not like pop 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 pop. It's like pop 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 pop. So it's steady, but it's not out there. Scent from the glass. From the glass, I basically just get a little bit of neutral graininess and sweetness, and that's okay. From the can, same thing, neutral graininess, a little bit of sweetness, and a tiny touch of earthiness and citrus. To be honest, so far without tasting it, I can fully get behind this. This is a good looking beer. It's put in front of you. It looks like a beer. It has some head retention. The smell is nice. I don't know what the taste is yet, but we're going to find out. So cheers, boys and squirrels. Oh, that is nice. That's a proper like pub pale ale, in that, and again, they are correct, a full on like English pub pale ale. That is very approachable. 5.2, is it? 5.2? Yeah, 5.2. So you could have a few of these. You could. I mean, you couldn't have a few of these and drive, but you could have a few of these and walk home. You could have a few of these and take public transit. You could have a few of these and call your wife and be like, "Hey, baby, I loves ya. Come and gets me." And maybe she'll come and gets ya. Maybe she won't. I don't know what your situation is like. My situation, she might come and get me. She might not. You never know. You never know. It drinks really well, like really well. I can't deny that. It does drink nicely. Oh, excuse me. A graininess, neutral graininess, a little bit of biscuitiness. Tiniest touch of bitterness on the back end, and it's like an earthy bitterness, a little bit of copper coin to it. It is very English-esque. I dare say this pale ale is more approachable than their Longview Pilsner. And you would think a Pilsner would be more approachable, but I think I enjoy this more. I think I could share this with my dad and he would enjoy it. I think I could share this with a lot of mine. I know I could, because there's a guy that works with me, and this was from a 4-pack from work, and he's not a beer guy. He's like, Chad, the one I liked the most was just the bland the bland ale, the 9 Mile ale, and it's not the one I enjoyed the most of the 4 I've had from that pack, but I could see it. And if a guy that's never drank a beer really before, like not a beer that he like, never been like, hey, let's go out for beers or anything like that. He was just like, hey, I got a free 4-pack. Let's try them and see what I think. And then he talked to me about the stuff he liked and disliked, and this was the one he really liked. And I can see that. I could see this being the beer that people could get behind. And I've been so impressed with a lot of the stuff that comes from these guys. I've been disappointed with some, but I've been impressed with some. This is going to get an 8 out of 10 because I could buy this. I could buy a 12-pack of this and drink it in one night if I was at a party or something. I could buy a 12-pack of this and share it with a lot of people. There's a lot of things I could do with this, and that really excites me. And I mean, that's where we sit, right? I'm excited by what I have in my glass. Thank you, YouTube. Au revoir. A bientôt. See you soon. Bye-bye. Mwah. Thank you. Again. Well, it's time to go to bed. It's time to